Hello and welcome to Gunning to Old Trafford with your host Ibi and Shady.
Hi guys, welcome again. Next to my man, the main man again, Ibrahim Chunara, EBC. Ibrahim, you were awesome in that tournament this weekend, guys. And if you guys missed it, Unity tournament, Roshni was rocking on Saturday. And
Well done to Gaps and the team for
brilliant.
organizing
What a tournament.
a really amazing get together. It was really nice.
No, it was awesome. And my man Ibrahim Boy is legendary number 14 top. So I think we need to drop some pics on the Instagram page.
Yeah, done.
Right. So and they were wearing a full Holland kit. So I was very proud of Ibrahim.
A 20-year-old
Ibrahim.
kit?
20-year-old kit. It was a 20th
That's
anniversary.
amazing. 20th anniversary.
So that's brilliant stuff. Guys, if you guys haven't done it as yet, please like, comment, share, hit that bell notification. YouTube is going crazy. Don't forget the Don Carlos top 11. What a team with
We're dropping that
Chotia.
on Insta.
Yes, we have to.
The team itself.
So guys, please don't forget. We really appreciate your guys' support. Ibi, we're gonna go straight into our review.
Matchday
Manchester United versus
West Ham at Old Trafford.
at Old Trafford, and Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest, where we rescued Klopp in the forest.
You know,
And,
they say the Liverpool teams were lost in Nottingham Forest, but unfortunately there was no leads to find him. You know,
Oh, that's a good one.
it's a
That's
tough
so
one
good,
for
so
them, yeah.
good, so good.
So all you Liverpool fans, this comes from love, right? The banter
course,
is from love. So not biased, Tassin. There's not a biased review. Just that it's our feelings and how we see the game. So yeah.
Definitely. So Ibrahim, we're gonna start off with Manchester United. It's okay with you?
Yeah, perfect.
A tricky game against West Ham, but
West Ham's always tricky.
always with David Moyes. But I think you guys
They showed the mettle and they got through.
Really did well.
Yeah, it's a good game.
You know?
And I think as we go through the player ratings, we'll unpack a little bit out of the game. So if you guys don't remember, a 6 meaning a really standard performance, what we expect from the players. Anything above 6, 6.1 and above means they've given a little bit more in the game.
Yeah.
Anything 5.9 and below means, they've underperformed based on their quality.
100%.
So we're going to go in there. I think I'll start because we'll leave Arsenal for the back end because, Arsenal had a 5-0 win.
I hope you got your guys. I hope if you
Yeah, I
guys
would
missed
need
our Insta live, Ibrahim said he was going to come with his fishing rod because Ibrahim needs to reel me in most of the time. So you guys all know I don't even need to do Arsenal. They're all getting a 10. I'm
Tens
joking,
across the
Ibi.
board.
I'm joking, man. So yeah, man, Ibi, great stuff, man. What a
Yeah,
win.
so we'll start at De Gea. And for me, I'll give De Gea a 9. I'm not really generous, but I think De Gea deserves a 9.
Oh, he was flying.
And not just because of the performance, He's come off a week where he's been omitted from the Spain squad. So obviously that plays with the psyche of a player. Because, as a footballer, you obviously want to, represent your country at the highest stages.
Right.
And I think he's being unfairly treated by Luis Enrique by not picking him. So, going through a lot of criticism in the media about the type of player he is. But he's shown, apart from the 2 amazing saves that he made, he shows that he's evolving his game, quick to come off the line.
Yeah, brilliant.
And those 2 saves, the one from Zuma, the header.
Majestic, man.
He had no right to save that one. right?
No way.
And then in the last couple of minutes, that Declan Rice bullet, that looked like it was nestling itself in the top corner.
Agreed.
And
the
Flying
man flew.
Dave, just got in and tipped it away. So for me, a 9 performance.
Ibrahim, and guys, I'm going to go with a 9 as well. And Ibrahim said not only his performance, but I think his whole demeanor.
Yeah, exactly.
After the game, he was interviewed, and Ibrahim, this man is all about the team.
Yeah.
All about Manchester United. And for me, that really, it inspired me. He only
100%.
talks, and he's backing his manager, he's backing Maguire, he's backing this whole
Everybody.
team. So what a team player, man.
Our team player. And he's
David
there since
De Gea.
2011.
Oh, brilliant.
He came in under Fergie. So, a player that's there. Only him and Ronaldo are the players that played under Fergie that's still there. So they understand what it takes to be a Manchester United player. So big up to Big Dave,
Well, I agree.
Right back, Dallo. That guy is growing in confidence, growing in performances. And again, against West Ham, I would say if I didn't give man of the match today, I would have given it to Dalo.
Oh, I agree.
What an
Totally.
amazing performance.
Totally.
And, you know, under Ralph Ragnick, he was sent out on loan.
Yeah.
And it looked like his United career was over, you know. And came back under Ten Hag, and he looks like a new player.
You know, Ibrahim, I just want to add, and I think after our the match, our live, we spoke about the Lord's impact. Guys, this man moving forward, his pinpoint passes, his defensive work, his defensive attribute, his attacking attribute. What a player, man.
Oh, he's doing good. And,
what a player.
And a brilliant understanding with his winger.
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh,
you know,
yeah.
it reminds me of a certain Gary Neville, David Beckham type of relationship that he's fostering down the right. And Mourinho said it when he signed, because Mourinho signed him, right? And Mourinho said that Gary Neville will finally be happy that United replaced him, replaced the right back that had the quality of Gary Neville.
Gary, wow.
So
Wow.
he didn't show his quality all these years, but I think now with the confidence of the coach, he's really starting to show why Mourinho
And a
bought him.
complete player, Ibrahim.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, totally complete player. I love him. I
No, he's
actually
brilliant.
do.
So I'll give him an 8. I think he deserves
I
it.
agree.
Harry Maguire, I think, came in and done a good job. I'm not going to get carried away with Harry Maguire, but he made some important stops. And right at the end, you know, he blocked it and the ball came out.
Yes.
So I think he came in well, but I think a fit Lindelof or a fit Varane takes him back out of the squad. Because
Agreed.
nothing fantastic from Maguire, but he did a job. So,
He did his job.
and you shouldn't be talking about a Manchester United captain that way. You know, a Manchester United captain should be picking himself,
Oh, yeah.
whereas Maguire only comes in because of injuries and sicknesses and stuff. So for me, Maguire gets a 6.5 because a little bit better than what I expect from him, but nothing fantastic. Lisandro Martinez,
The butcher.
the butcher of Manchester. To all you pundits, all your rival fans, and even some of the Manchester United fans, it really went in on Martinez because of his height. Come here next week, we'll be having a fresh serving of humble pie that we can hand over to all of you because Martinez is proving his detractors completely wrong.
One of the defenders this season.
I think he's probably, and I'm not trying to be biased again, but for me, I think Martinez, you know, after a Haaland and just after Haaland, I think Martinez could be the signing of the season.
Agreed.
I think he brought that nastiness to that United backline. He's brought that anger, that passion to the team that's been missing
And it's
since
United.
Vidic and Ferdinand
Of
were there,
course.
right?
Yeah.
So big up, and I'm going to give him an 8. I think another powerful performance. And you know, they said he'll struggle against big attackers.
He's
Antonio
eating them
couldn't
up.
do anything against him.
Nothing.
And Antonio is, what, 6'2"?
And Antonio loves running behind defenders. He
Exactly.
couldn't match.
He couldn't get past him.
He couldn't touch Martinez.
And I seen Graham Souness going in on him again. Souness, brilliant player. But as a pundit, I think they put you up just to get the clicks because to say that he said Martinez is not a good passer of the ball, he doesn't have pace. And, you know, those are the two worst attributes to pull out of Martinez because I think those are the two places
Do
where he
you know,
excels.
Ibrahim, and just to come to the defense of Martinez, I think I need to. Mikel Arteta, that was actually going to be his marquee signing.
Exactly.
Until he went...
Until the Ten Hag effect.
Ten Hag effect took him over, and that's when we got Zinchenko. Now, I mean, if he's admired by an Arteta, which is building something...
Exactly.
I mean, what a player.
And I think it helped United, right? Because we were going after Timber.
Yes.
So big up Louis van Gaal for changing Timber's mind because I think we got the better player out of the two between Timber and Martinez.
Agreed.
Because Timber hasn't been doing really that good at Ajax this season because, again, I think he's missing that Martinez performance on the side of him. Left back, Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw struggled at the starting of the season and everybody thought, you know, that's it for him and Malacia is really going to take precedent in the team. But Ten Hag shows that he's a coach that admires performances and rewards good performances. And I think it's going to be very hard for Malacia to unseat Luke Shaw in that left back position.
True, yeah.
Another superb performance by Luke Shaw. You know, knows when to get forward, reads the game really well, and he's bombing down that wing. And his relationship with Martinez is phenomenal. So big up to Luke. I'll give Luke Shaw 8. out of 10. Because I think the defense line deserves the plaudits.
Brilliant.
Because it's not like West Ham didn't have chances. It's just that our
No.
keeper and our defense really held them at bay. You know?
And you know what, Ibrahim, just to go back a little bit, Luke Shaw is attacking.
Oh, brilliant.
I mean, this weekend, he put West Ham under so much of pressure, and he made it easier a little bit for Rashford cutting in.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so I mean.
And there was one cross
holistic
when he
performance.
threw in for Ronaldo.
Oh, brilliant.
And I thought Ronaldo would have finished it because Ronaldo, missed time his jump. But it was a brilliant cross in from Luke Shaw. So, and he gave the assist against Sheriff, right, in the
Yes,
Europa League.
yes,
So,
yes.
great performance by Luke.
Good stuff.
We're going to midfield. Casemiro. I think he's just been ooze class when he's come on. And between him and Eriksen, they just look like they play with zero pressure.
It's easy.
They read the game. They know how to deal with pressure. They know what passes to play. And for me, them two in that midfield are phenomenal. So for Casemiro, I'll give him a 7 because I think he didn't go over and above, but I think it was a more than average performance. So 7 for Casemiro. Eriksen gets a 8 for me.
How was it? Assist?
You sum it up really, really well. The quarterback in the Manchester United team.
Definitely.
He reminds me of a Tom Brady in
yes.
footballing
yes.
terms.
Agreed.
Tom Brady
Agreed.
sees the players running forward and he can pinpoint it with a cross. And Eriksen does it with his feet.
Did you see that appreciation post of Marcus Rashford?
Brilliant.
Don't worry about my 100th goal.
Worry
What
about
about
the
it
assist.
pass? What about it pass, man?
And I like that it was a team thing. And again, Dalot involved.
Yes.
Dalot called Eriksen towards him. Eriksen gets the ball to Bruno. Bruno with the flick. Eriksen looks up and look at that clip. He doesn't just bang it in. As he's controlling the
Patient.
ball, he gives a quick glance. He sees the space and he knows either Ronaldo or Rashford will
Gonna
attack the
take that
space
ball.
and the ball comes in. And Rashford, man, I don't know if you saw. So Ten Hag's assistant is Michael van der Gaag.
Michael van der Haag.
Van der Gaag.
Van der
Something
Gaag.
with a
Okay,
G,
okay,
right?
okay.
And when Rashford scores that goal, Van der Gaag turns onto the teams, so his support staff, and he screams, Benny.
In
So
the
what does
18
that tell you?
area.
What does that tell you?
Benny boy.
Benny's been working with Rashford with his
brilliant.
finishing.
Brilliant.
Big up Benny McCarthy.
Benny boy.
Representing South Africa. And as he does that, Ten Hag turns and gives Benny a clap to say, my boy, that's your work coming out on the pitch.
Oh my God. I got goosebumps.
Yeah,
Benny in the 18 area.
Benny's influence is coming through on the
But
team.
Ibrahim, don't you think also, sorry, I'm just diverging a little, that as South African fans, as South African football people, I don't think we respected Benny as much as a
No,
coach.
100%.
And I think they really, this past year when he was in Amazulu doing great things, he was at Pirates, and I just think we just didn't appreciate this man.
We don't appreciate him
champion.
until they
He's a champion,
doing
man.
it somewhere else, right?
And
He was a
it's it,
class
man.
player. He's a class manager, and now he's a class coach, right?
It's a
and he's
problem.
doing it at the biggest scene in world football, Manchester United.
South Africa, please take note. The whole world says we're going straight. No, Ibrahim. South Africa, we say we'll meet you. We're just going to slide a via shortcut. No, guys. Appreciate short left. Appreciate the man. A Benny in the 18 area.
Benny in the 18 area, big up Benny. And you can see that they appreciate Benny's work in the
definitely.
team.
Amazing.
So Eriksen, 8 for me. We now go into our attacking wingers. We had Ilanga on the right.
Rashford.
A cold performance by Ilanga, I don't blame him because he hasn't been in the team a lot, but he's unseated Sancho. Sancho, that performance against Chelsea didn't do him any good. He was hooked at halftime or just after half, and he's finding it difficult to get himself back in the team. So Sancho, please work on your game because you can, and under Ten Hag, we know you can flourish. So make an effort. Ilanga, a 6 for me. I think it was just an okay performance.
I think I'm good with it.
Nothing out of this world. There was one ball that was thrown from the back. Ilanga got in behind the defense, and if a more experienced player would try to go wide, lose the defender and then hit the shot, but it's a really lump shot that crawls into the keeper's hand. So Ilanga, 6 out of 10. Can't do much better. Rashford has just elevated his game.
Number 100
goal. I'm not going to talk too much about that because we've got some interesting stuff coming in other segments, so I'll leave that at that. But he's just shown that class, form is temporary, class is permanent.
Oh, yeah.
And I put it on Instagram that he was the original Infana Futi, star boy.
Starboy. Yes.
Rashford.
And that's the truth.
And he paved the way for
That
all
is
these
the
youngsters to come in. So big up Marcus Rashford. He had a tough season last year. He cited mental health problems. A lot of things going on behind the scenes that we don't see. And in the end of the day, we need to appreciate they're still human beings, right?
Oh,
and their
course.
day-to-day gets affected. But he's worked on his game, and I think he's the first, with him and Martinez and Eriksson, I think they're the first names on the team sheet now from a Ten Hag perspective.
Yeah, Marcus.
So big up Marcus.
Ibrahim,
and an
through
8
you.
performance for me.
Through you.
Yeah.
Right? We got Bakayo Saka Mfana Futi. And the original was Marcus. Could we Mfanas?
Mfanas.
Just Mfanas.
Mfanas.
I mean, we can
Done.
not do it. Mfanas.
Done.
Marcus
Marcus Mfana.
Mfanas.
Nah, so
Huh?
I love it.
We're going to drop that up. We got Mfana Futi and we even got
Mfanas. I love it.
Huh?
I
How's
love
it?
I
Makes
love it.
sense. I think he deserves it.
No, he deserves
He
it.
definitely
So,
does.
8 out of 10 performance for me. I think, he's really elevated his game. And a couple of weeks ago, we were criticizing him of not having that finishing touch. But this week, he showed that he's been working on it and he's getting there,
And you know what headers I like? There was something about that header, guys. When you attack that ball and that goalkeeper goes up, but you hit that ball so well
goes
and
through
you
the
cover it.
keeper.
It goes through the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper doesn't go forward. He goes backwards. And that's what he did
And
to
he, had no right,
Fabianski.
and he had no right to win that
No
header, right?
way.
The defender had that
No
ball,
way.
but he didn't anticipate Rashford coming in.
Brilliant.
So big
Brilliant.
one for me.
Absolutely brilliant.
Bruno Fernandes, or Fernandes as they say. A bit of a captain performance. Like he's being the captain, but I expect much more from Bruno. When he came onto the scene, he really carried that United team through. And I think, he needs to the complaining needs to stop. He needs to focus on his game a little bit more. So for me, I'll give Bruno a 7.
Fair.
I think it's a fair reflection on his performance, and he needs to get involved more in the game, as opposed to playing a little bit deeper. Ronaldo came back straight in the team, and he just shows again the maturity between coach and player. I expect much more from Ronaldo. He got into 2 really good positions, one with the header and one with the shot, and he scuffed both of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Ronaldo a 6.5. It's Ronaldo. We expect much, much more. And I just hope that, he missed pre-season, so he's playing catch-up.
Yeah.
And I just hope his time in the team will allow him to get better. And I think he might be on his last couple of games for Manchester United before the World Cup. And
I've
then
been-
I think post-World Cup, he's gonna leave in the January transfer window. So I really want to appreciate Ronaldo over this next 3 or 4
And
games.
let's enjoy him. I think.
Let's enjoy him, and let's give him the respect and appreciation that he deserves as the GOAT and as a club legend. So
Agreed.
I'm hoping that he gets more of a run and that he performs much better.
Brilliant.
Ten Hag for me, 8 out of 10. Really, without Anthony in the team, without Varane, the subs that he made really came on and really elevated the game. So,
If you notice his at first 2 or 3 matches just before the Arsenal win, the United win against Arsenal, he's gone so much positive.
no, 100%.
I mean even when he's speaking to pundits, he's really giving them.
Yeah. And he's a no-nonsense
And you know
coach.
what? He's firm and he's
Exactly.
fair and Ten Hag, love him. I love him.
So
Love him,
8
love
out
him.
of 10 for me.
8 out of 10. Brilliant.
Right, we're going to jump straight into the Arsenal one, 5-0 at Nottingham Forest, and a Nottingham team that came off a brilliant 1-0 win against a strong Liverpool team, right? So they were up, they were there for, the motivation was high, but you guys brought them back down to earth.
No, definitely.
So
Ibrahim, let's be honest. Look
I
at
think
the first half,
as overall, I think I'd give the team a 9 out of 10 because Arsenal were flawless.
they were.
Are you going to give the players individual performances
You know,
or?
let's run through it because there were a few performances that, because of a few players that played out of their socks, a few players were hiding a bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to go through. Let's start with Aaron Ramsdale. I'm going to give him a 5. Reason being, first half, a little bit difficult, but they had nothing much to do. He had
So I
nothing.
think a 6, man. I think 5 means he didn't perform. I think when he was asked to perform,
He did. Look,
okay.
second half, there was absolutely nothing. There was one, Gabriel, where I'm a bit, I'm a bit disappointed with Gabriel because again, there's one
Gabriel,
stage
there's always a mistake in
he
Gabriel.
almost he gives Lingard a beautiful pass for Lingard to make it 1-1
Yeah.
at that time. So I mean, this is the thing with Gabriel. Good player, good going forward, good defender, but there's always a mistake in Gabriel.
So can we lock in
You know?
Ramsdale at a 6? Because I think it was an average performance by him.
Let's give him. Okay, first half, second half, not much to do. Let's go centre back. Gabriel, definitely a 6 because of those few mistakes. Saliba, again, has been struggling with form. He contained them. You know that class, that first touch. His link up with Thomas Partey and obviously on the right hand side Ben White. Definitely a 8 for Saliba. Really up there again. Tomiyasu on the left and Ben White on the right. Now understand people, in a technical point of view, Arteta is playing with 4 centre backs. I mean, Tomiyasu is actually a centre back. He's playing with 4 centre backs and he's telling these centre backs, go out there and express yourself. So a masterclass from Arteta. However, Tomiyasu linked up in the first goal. Not much to also do because he brought on Tini after that. A 6 for him. Benjamin White, absolutely amazing. Him and Saka on that right. Sterling performance. However, again, ran out of a little bit of steam. So I'm going to go at 6 Tomiyasu, 7 with Ben White. Let's go into the center
Saliba? You didn't give us a
Saliba, we said we're going to go with the 8.
8, okay.
8 for him, right? We've got Xhaka. Xhaka, again, electrifying, but very quiet.
Xhaka, for me, is the improvement of the season.
He's doing so well. You know, in the olden days, Ibrahim, we used to have most improved player.
Yeah.
And we always used to wait for the end of the year to see if we're the improved player. Xhaka is the most improved player.
Xhaka, 100%.
You know, Xhaka is doing, but he was quiet, contained, did his work very economical.
And quiet, yeah.
Partey. He started the
party. What a goal also.
What a goal. So you know what? I'm also a bit worried because it looks like our season is going to go according to Partey. When Partey is fit and he's playing at this level, Arsenal just stick. It reminds me of a old Patrick Vieira, holding that ball, pushing that ball, fighting in the center of the park.
When Partey joined you guys, I was a bit jealous that we didn't get him because he came from Atletico Madrid.
Correct.
Brilliant player in La Liga. And then he struggled and I was like, oh, we dodged a bullet. But now he's showing his class, right?
His class. And he's strong, man. I'm going to go with an 8 there.
Agreed.
What you say, right? Odegaard, again, pulling the strings, doing what he needs to do. Also a bit quiet. Got his goal, beautiful goal.
Finally showing his quality, right? Because he was a wonder kid that joined Madrid.
At the age of 11, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
At the age of 11, Madrid I'm sure they're kicking themselves. I'm going to go with a 7. Really kept us together. Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, that goal, man. You know, again,
reminds me of a certain Andy Cole and Dwight York partnership, you know.
Yes, you know, Gabriel Martinelli again had, like Rashford, had no right getting to that header. But when Saka lifts his head and he pings it like Eriksen, a similar, very similar, a bit lower, but he pings it like Eriksen, and Gabriel Martinelli heads it. I mean, it's destined for.
But the worry now of Saka's injury?
Okay, Saka. Funny, I think we dropped it on Instagram. Not too bad. I would actually look up for England. It would be nice if he plays. It would be nice if he gets if he rested. But it's okay. But for Saka, young player, good to go to the World Cup. Let's not be biased. Let's not be unfair. Saka, brilliant player, but he's looking good.
So ratings for Saka and Martinelli?
I'm gonna go Saka because he got injured. I'm gonna give him a 7. I'm gonna give him a 7, and I want to quickly just talk about his replacement.
No, but first give Martinelli's rating.
8 for Martinelli. Martinelli was electrifying.
I think let's keep that replacement for the last one because I think we need to talk a little bit about him. Let's honor him with the performance.
He has to, right? Jesus. Again, and Ibrahim, we spoke about it. I see Real Madrid is coming in for him.
And, you know, Rio Ferdinand is actually, I think for me, one of the better football pundits out there.
Oh, yes.
And he talks of it not from a biased perspective, but from a footballing perspective. And he says for him, he still believes that Jesus is one of the most important signings that Arsenal made this season.
Agreed.
And even though he's not scoring electric amount of goals, the work rate and
No,
the
it's
link up play
unbelievable.
and the attacking that he does allows space for all of the other guys in the team.
So
So,
true, so
I really love Jesus, and he was good at City, but he's underrated at Arsenal at the moment.
No, he
a
is
lot of
definitely.
fans are sleeping on what he does.
No, and I don't think that's fair, Ibrahim. His work rate, like you said, it just opens up spaces and big spaces for Odegaard, for Saka, for Martinelli. And these boys are just playing, on his strength and his stamina.
100%.
So I'm going to go with the 7 there. Really decent, average performance. Reece Nelson. From the Hale end, from the Arsenal Academy, has been gone out for loan for the past almost 8 years. Comes back, not really, got about 6 months left on his contract. Looks like he's going to be shipped out. And Arteta shocks everybody. And he brings Reece Nelson on, not knowing that he's been working on Reece Nelson. And Reece Nelson changes the game.
Brilliant.
2 absolutely fine goals.
Vital goals.
Vital goals. But at that time, we were 1-0 and things needed to happen very quickly. Okay, after Reece Nelson, look, not the most direct replacement for Saka. You'll miss Saka. But if Saka is
A good
injured for
understudy.
2-3 matches, Reece Nelson can come and he can really perform. So Reece Nelson, big up, and this is your time, man. Reclaim your position at Arsenal. You're Arsenal boy from the Hale end, like Emilio
9 out of
Smith Rowe,
10.
like Saka. Very clever. I got a 9 already. Well done, Ibrahim. One thing Ibrahim is good. Definitely 9 out of 10.
I
I think,
agree.
just a little bit of respect. His career has gone downwards, backwards, and
And it's good to see these
He's
youngsters,
up there.
redeeming themselves. So let's hope he
100%.
he picks up and moves on from here.
Um,
Arteta?
Mikel Arteta, I'm going to go with an 8.
Brilliant.
Decent
Love it.
performance. He's
Brilliant performance.
His changes
Against
at
a
the right
tricky
time.
Forest, huh?
Very, 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 very tricky. So yeah, guys, that's our player ratings.
Before Shady closes, and he doesn't know what I'm going to say, but I'm really impressed with this Arsenal team. From the starting of the season, every game we keep saying that bubble is going to burst, the bubble's going to burst, because it's Arsenal, And what Arteta has done, he's built a sort of mentality with the players where they feel they can beat anybody. They've got a tough test coming up against Chelsea, but I think Arsenal, I don't want to say they can win the league, but I think if Arteta keeps his players fit and they keep on buying into his philosophy, I think Arsenal will be there and thereabout come May when they finalizing who the league champions are going to be.
It's going to be interesting. And Ibrahim, just to make mention, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be very, very tricky. I see Edu and the Kroenkers are giving him
More money in January.
and he's looking for a winger and a centre mid. So looking good. And I swear to you guys, myself and Ibrahim joke about this, and there's somebody told us, I forgot who it was, but I swear to you, the United Ten Hag and the players and the Arsenal players, I think they're watching Gunning to Old Trafford. Because think about it. Manchester United are only team to beat Arsenal this season in the league, and Arsenal are still on top of the log. So big up to both of us,
Big up.
man.
I think we
Big up to
started
both
the
of us.
upturn
We
in
started
fortunes,
this Gunning to Old Trafford. So
well done.
Gunning to Old Trafford, thanks guys. Arteta for the view, for the like and for the comment, and Ten Hag as well.
So if
Thank
you guys
so
want to
much.
be like the coaches that you love, get onto YouTube, like, share,
Please do,
subscribe,
guys.
and most importantly, hit the bell notification so that you know when our content drops.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's our player ratings and our bit of a match review. Stay tuned for the next couple of segments.
Right.
And as always, we appreciate you guys. We love the support. The positive comments, some of the negative ones also, because I think that helps us grow. And I know it doesn't come from a bad place, so thanks, and keep them coming in. If you disagree with what we're saying, let us know, and we can address it. So brilliant stuff. And I think with that,
Wow,
Abdul,
Ibrahim, we are
Gunning to Old Trafford.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.